Welcome, everybody. Another week of Open Diner. Great to see everybody. Thank you for joining. So our session tonight at Open Diner is going to be a great topic. The topic today is how to look and feel great. This is a topic that I'm sure everyone can relate to. We all want to look great, but at what cost, we ask? Studies prove that the beauty standards nowadays directly contribute to anxiety and depression. They can trigger body dysmorphia and disordered eating. They can fuel low self-esteem, self-harm, and even suicide. So this event will focus on a different take on how to be beautiful from the inside out while feeling great in the process. So just a couple announcements and reminders that we give all the time before we start. We try to create a supportive environment here. We all like to connect above all our differences. We stay on topic when we speak, no criticism. We avoid politics. A reminder to mute your microphone when you're not speaking to minimize background noise. And if you could turn on your cameras, it would allow you to fully benefit this event. So just remember to keep your answers brief and so on, so everybody gets a chance to talk and speak. So we're going to introduce our hosts. I'm one of the hosts this evening. My name's Roberta from Long Island, New York. Hello.
I'm Gary. I'm from Greenville, South Carolina. Y'all.
And I'm Dan from Canada.
I thought you were going to say A.
We don't all say A.
And we also have Linda, right? Linda's going to
Hi, everyone. I'm Linda from New York, and I'm going to be watching y'all on Facebook.
Thank you. Thank you, guys, girls. So a little bit about this evening, a little more. You know, Western society holds beauty as a high form of culture capital, a defining feature of a person that can increase their opportunity to achieve success. So when one's identity influences their perception of their own beauty, their opportunities and chances for success may actually be lower. The root of the problem stems with how beauty has been idealized to the generalized public and how the perception of attractiveness is damaging to those that do not relate or identify as that. The beauty expectation that has been normalized in America is a problem that society is continuously facing. Everyone is beautiful in their own unique way, but because people don't fit that shallow standards of the beauty that we've created, they become depressed, and the consequences can be devastating. So tonight we want to talk about what is true beauty and how our inner beauty can shine through to the outside, causing us to look and feel great. So it's a little about tonight, and we're going to turn to our great friend, Dan. Do the next.
All right, so we're going to do our icebreaker for tonight. It's going to be popcorn style. So the question is, tell us about someone you consider a beautiful person. This could be internal, external. What makes them beautiful? And so once you're ready to speak, just open up your mic and pop away.
Yeah, maybe the person who has a smile on his face all the time. So I think he's the most beautiful person in my, that's what I think. Thank you. My phone network is so, bandwidth is so less, and I want to hear all the session. Yeah, thank you.
There's a businessman that I've been dealing with for the past 2 months because I bought a used vehicle from him, and ever since I bought it, one thing after another keeps going wrong with it. And it's been 2 months, and now for the past 2 weeks, I told him, I said, I really need a truck for my business, and he said, go ahead and rent a truck and I'll pay for it. So it's been 2 weeks now. He's paid for the rental truck, and he says, and now it's still not ready, and he's going to go for a third week paying for this rental truck. And he says, I just want you to be happy. And all of his texts to me, everything is just so, positive, and we'll get through this. Don't worry. You'll have a good truck. You're going to be happy. So he's the man.
I can
Yeah,
add
go
was,
ahead.
oh, Gary can, you want me to go first? I'll go first. Um, uh, when I was like 16, 17, I was obviously in high school, 16, and I had a teacher. Her name was Mary. She's probably watching this. And she was such a friendly woman, and it was a Catholic high school, and she was there for 1 year. And I remember she was 24, 25 at the time, which seems so much older. And we're still friends to today. But to tell you, such a genuine person, and she was a spiritual person, and everybody just loved Mary. And it stuck with me for so many years what a kind person she is. And like I said, after all these years, we were talking, we went over our ages, and I can't believe 35 years later, I still am friends with her. But that's how much she made an impression on me, that I actually stayed friends with a teacher of mine since I was 16, and I'm in my 50s now. So it's just how she acts and treats other people. It really emanates through her and out of her. And I think a lot of people felt what I feel about her to this day.
You're not in your 50s.
I should have said I like Gary now. Gary is a beautiful person. He tells the truth. No, I am.
Well, I kind of had an advance lead in on this question, so I'd been thinking about it, and it's a hard question for me to answer, but there was one person that came to mind, and I don't know why, but it was when I was young, when I was about in probably junior high school, living in Hawaii, and family friends of ours in our church. They had 5 kids. One of them was my age. I spent a lot of time at their house playing with this friend. But the mom was just the most wonderful person. I always looked at her as being elegant, but she was such a mom to everybody, and had such a mothering heart to her. And you always felt welcome, and you always felt, wonderful when you were over there playing with them. And she made everybody feel like that. And to this day, I think of her as just a beautiful, elegant person.
You were all talking about inner beauty, which is totally amazing. When it's absent, you stop seeing, the external beauty. But I have one friend, a young lady. She has this incredible combination. When I just first met her, I thought I would never be able to be a friend with this beautiful young lady, because I bet, she is taking advantage of her, beauty. But the more I knew her, the closer we became. It was amazing to discover that she never treasured her externality more than her internality. That is, I hope it's not such a rare thing, but for me, it was a revelation. This combination makes a person incredible.
What's the question exactly again? What's the question again?
The question is, tell us about someone you consider a beautiful person and what makes them beautiful.
Thank you.
I've had a friend for many years. I haven't seen him in quite some time, but he's one of those guys that has an infectious personality. He would give you the shirt off his back, and just such an uplifting spirit. One time we were going somewhere, it was late at night, and we passed this old couple whose car broke down, and he decided to pull over and push their car off the road, and he pushed it further than I thought humanly possible. I just thought that was like the greatest thing. Just a really great guy.
I got one now. When I was in the 5th grade, my house burned down. And our family wasn't that close. My mom had a baby 6 days later. And we were all just farmed out. but my fifth grade teacher, and he was the first man teacher that I ever had, male, and they took up a donation and but I remember showing my brother's army men all melted together. My Barbie doll had been all turned black. I became real racial after that. Really, but he made me feel like I was going to be okay. And I didn't get that from my family or my neighbors. And it just made me feel safe. Beautiful man.
So nice. I'm gonna go with the recent one. There's so many beautiful people, but I've been having a little bit of a health scare recently, and today I was at the doctor office, and I don't like generally I don't like going to the doctor, and I was a little scared, nervous, and there was a nurse who was giving me a cardiogram, and she could tell that I was a little nervous, I guess. So she was so pleasant. She kept saying things like, just think happy thoughts. Life is all about happy thoughts. And she like snapped me out of it. And she wasn't necessarily like, I don't know, nowadays everyone has a mask, so you can't even tell how beautiful people are externally. But her personality was so beautiful. That was really nice.
Yeah, all nurses are amazing, aren't they, Linda? Especially New York nurses.
That's right.
That's big time. Yeah, a friend of mine, his wife, had a major stroke, and when I first met her, I couldn't understand what it was about her. It was something I hadn't really seen before. Like, yeah, she had a stroke, so it was difficult for her, but she was still okay. But when she said hello to you, it was like someone she hadn't seen for 1,000 years, right? You know? And at the beginning, it's shocking, and it's like, but then you start to realize that, oh my God, it's real from this woman. Like, whatever happened to her, right? And just thinking about her, brings emotion to me for sure. And I don't know what she had. I don't know what that stroke did, but it took that barrier and just blew it away. That barrier we all have, it's gone. It was gone with her. It was incredible.
I had a friend I worked with at the hospital. And we became friends there, and we've stayed friends for all this time. It's been quite a few years. I don't get to see her a lot anymore. She still lives in New Hampshire, but I still keep in touch with her via Facebook. And she has always been, to me, a beautiful person inside and out. She is always positive. She doesn't think about negative. She can always get you out of whatever funk you're in. She eats healthy. She actually teaches mind and physical wellness, and she's just a beautiful person. Everything she does is just for the good.
I don't know. I cannot choose one person who is most beautiful. I just think about my friends because I love them. They seem to be beautiful to me. And yeah, it's not one person. Thanks God I have several at least.
Do we have to move on, or do you think we can do one more, Roberta?
Yeah, maybe repeat the question. We have a couple minutes. If anybody wants to add with the cameras off or on, maybe.
Yeah, and I'll just repeat the question because I think some new people showing up. Tell us about someone you consider a beautiful person and what makes them beautiful.
And the silence. Nobody knows anybody beautiful. What happened?
Besides Gary, you can't,
Yeah,
it's too easy.
it is hard when you try to think about it, really.
I want to be brave. Can I go again? I want to be brave.
Go for it.
And this is really kind of, I'm going to start crying, but this came to me first, but I wasn't brave enough to say it first. But I know that I'm a beautiful person. And the reason why I know that is because I've worked real hard to learn to love. And I've gone through a lot of things to work at getting better. And the fact that I can say that I'm a beautiful person is a real breakthrough for me. So that was kind of brave. Thank you.
Yeah, I think if you can go through something like that and keep the right attitude and the right, without letting it ruin you, I think the true beauty comes in. I think that's why difficulties come to people.
For sure. I see we have some friends here without their cameras on. If anybody would like to take a chance, and if you'd like to speak, there's Vish, is Fariel. We have Christina joined. I know Alana joined also. No pressure. I just, we have another minute and we figured maybe somebody would like to go.
Okay, let's move on then.
Yeah, I was going to say, okay, very good. So actually now we're going to, thank you, Dan, by the way. We're going to watch a video. We're going to watch it together. It's called How to Improve Your Looks from the Inside Out. And afterwards, we're going to do a roundtable discussion with all of us. So let's enjoy it and watch it together.
We all want to be beautiful, but sometimes it takes a big toll on us, financially and emotionally. Here's a different take on how to improve your looks, risk-free, from the inside out. Looking good is one of the most important things to us. We invest so much time, effort, worry, and money on looking good that it's become a cultural obsession. Sure, it's important to feel good about ourselves, confident and happy, but how much is too much? This industry makes hundreds of billions of dollars every year selling us the message that how we look means everything. More and more teenagers are seeking plastic surgery, having so much trouble with their body image. For many reasons, we should assess the importance we give to our external looks and also learn to love who we are. Nature made us the way we are for a reason. Our looks are an expression of our uniqueness. You might say, yeah, but I still want to have smoother skin and a smaller nose. So here's another way to look beautiful and attractive to other people without having to change your body. Inner beauty. When you glow from the inside, treat others kindly, radiate warmth and love towards others with an open heart, they feel you're pleasant to look at. Think of how children see their mom as the most beautiful person in the world. It's not because they're little, it's because they feel that special warmth from her. So before rushing to get plastic surgery or spending more and more money on your looks, try working on your inner beauty. Be motherly towards other people. Radiate compassion, warmth, security. People who experience this from you may not know why, but they will find you attractive. It's the healthiest, most inexpensive, natural way to look great to others and feel great about yourself.
All right, that was short but sweet. It was a great video. And I really, one thing, just ad-libbing here, throwing in just a quick impression. It's amazing how the beauty comes from when you give, instead of focusing on, how you look, So I think it's a really amazing point. So we're going to go to a couple roundtable discussion questions here. What we'd like to do is ask a couple questions and just see what the impressions that people got from the video and what they think, and if it really impressed them. And we share our ideas about it. So let's put up our roundtable etiquette rules. We're here to build a space of support, love, care, and warmth. Everyone is equal and very important in this discussion. Everybody's comment really counts for something. They all weigh equally. We go around the table and speak briefly and on topic. That way everybody gets a chance to speak. We listen attentively. That really, when you listen attentively, it triggers things inside of you that you hadn't thought of before, and it really enhances your answer. It adds to the whole answer and the whole solution, so that we have a much bigger picture than we can come up with on our own. There are no right or wrong answers. They're all part of the complete answer. And the truth is in the center of our connection. We have a circle here. Imagine ourselves at a big round table. And in the center of the table is our answer and our connection. So we all add to it. We all add something to the soup there. So let's go to the first question. And we're going to be calling on people who with their cameras on. So if you really do want to participate, turn on your cameras. It'd be great to see you, to see your faces and hear your answers. So our first question: how can we radiate compassion and warmth toward others? How can we radiate compassion and warmth toward others? The question will be in the chat. And we're going to go through and start with Carl.
It doesn't cost anything. It doesn't cost any money whatsoever. And, if you think about it, what am I giving up to actually be nice, especially in a situation where I'm annoyed and I don't want to be nice, but I'm doing a job for a lady before somebody is living underneath where I'm doing a job. And I created a leak down below, and she's just constantly knocking on the door, coming up and knocking on the door. And I just want to tell her, go away. But what I'm doing is the total opposite. I'm just like, I'm calling her my love, and I say, dear, I'll take care of it right away. And is there anything else you need? And if anything ever happens, please just tell me. I'll come down, I'll take care of it right away. And she's just like, she doesn't know how to act, really. It's funny because she's one of those people that are like really, so it doesn't cost anything. You just act against the way you want to act. Next.
Well, I'm assuming you're not talking about your wife. So, all right. That's great, though. Nina.
Yeah, you gotta kill them with kindness, right, Carl? I completely agree. Like, it's so easy to be reactive and angry. There's no effort in that at all. It's like, it's kind of dumb for that reason. But if you take the time to think about, your intention of wanting to make another person happy, or make yourself a better person, and it will be felt. Like that nurse that I was telling you about today, she could have been nasty with me during the cardiogram because I was all, but instead she was very friendly, and that made me feel great, and I came out of there loving this woman almost.
A good point. Yeah. Susie.
First thing that I thought of was getting in the other guy's moccasins. And like right now I've always been one of the most patient people I know, but I'm with my mate of 30 years has dementia, and it's getting really, really bad. And so I not only don't have a mate, but I now have a child, and I didn't have children. I said no to kids. So And I thought I'd be teaching by now, and it's all taken. But being honest, if I can just say, I wasn't as patient as I could be, then I get more patient. And when the compassion is flowing, everybody feels better. I feel a lot better. When I screw up, I've got to be honest. I say, I could have done better with that. But then once I'm honest, I can get the flow going, and then there's more compassion.
Beautiful. Great way to do it. Great way to think about it. Natalia.
Okay, it's a very psychological question. So, but I work with older adults, so sometimes they get very annoying. But if I feel balanced myself, I don't get into the game. And I feel privileged that they are older and they take people and I can be helpful to them. So I don't get annoyed. But it depends on my balance. If I'm imbalanced, it's hard to be smiling, it's hard to be good to people. So it depends on my inner balance. It doesn't depend on other people, it depends on me, first of all. And also, if I want to be pleasant, if I want to be good to people, which I do want to be, so I think it helps.
Yeah, that can be a very testing situation to be in for such a thing. Dan.
How can I radiate compassion and warmth towards others? Those are really good answers, by the way. I don't really have a great one. Try, understand that there's value in it, if only to confuse some poor angry person like Carl, which is awesome, by the way. It'll spread.
It's true. Christina, how about you? How can we radiate compassion and warmth towards others?
I think just to be empathetic and just be nice to others. Just be kind.
That's a great way to do it. That is. Paula, let's hear from you.
I think everybody, most people, if not everybody, are struggling with something that we can't necessarily see. So I think it's important to, as Carl said, it costs nothing to be kind. So I think a smile or a kind gesture go a lot further than we think or realize.
Yeah, I think radiating compassion and warmth is a very difficult thing to do, because we're not always feeling like it. We're not always, feeling in that place. But I think if we can think of times when somebody exercised that towards us and had that patience when we knew that we were being difficult, I think that can help. And like a couple people here said, putting on somebody else's shoes and sympathizing with what they're going through, and not being so self-absorbed, caring about people more. I think it really makes a big difference that we're all connected. We're all together in this. We're all going through this, and we have to be warm and compassionate. Ilana, how about you?
Yes, I think we should try to be better than other person. If another person is disrespectful and annoying, you just try to be a better person and try to do just what's right, what you think is right. And I had that experience. I had a coworker that was very annoying and wasn't respectful, but I thought it's a work, so I just talked nicely and helped her with some issues. And she happened to like me a lot. and we even become like friendly, so I think you should just need to have patience and think it's like, it's not the worst thing in the world, that this person is annoying. It just work, so that's how it is.
Beautiful. Roberta, I know you're an expert at this.
No, I don't know about being an expert. I do work on it though. I do try. A sense of humor is a great way to make people feel compassion and warmth. I really think that when you're yourself and you're not trying to be somebody else, when you're really authentic, it comes out naturally. And I think people can feel that. And compassion and warmth, it's something, you have to be to yourself. I know Susie said, and it's very true. I never really understood when they say you have to love yourself first to love another. It is very true. And that's something when we start loving ourselves, you would only want to treat anybody else the same way that you would be treated. So there's a lot to it. It's a lot of practice and going above the ego, like you're saying, and all this. But being authentic to yourself, that's the first way I think anybody could feel that.
Excellent. Elisa.
Oh, it's me. I'm blanking, but I have to say that when you experience something and then you see another person experience the same thing, you feel it and you want to help the person. Like I want to. I don't know if it's example of compassion, but when I came to United States, you can't imagine how many variation on my name I got. I could not believe what was happening, And right now, when I misspelled Christina's name and she closed her camera, I thought, oh my gosh, maybe she's reacting exactly like I did when I was just stumbled. I couldn't believe how people called me, But I'm so happy you opened your camera and we're together in that.
Beautiful. Yeah, thank you. Linda, let's hear from you, and then let us know if there's anything on Facebook too.
Yeah, there are, but I believe that start with a smile. If you start with a smile, how can you be nasty if you're smiling? I know when I work, I do assessments on older people for long-term care insurance. And the first thing I do is I smile, and it's usually the client and a family member with them. And, I'll say hi to the family member, but I make sure I give a big smile and say hi to the client, whether she's with it or not. I let her know that I care. And I think that's the best way to do it. Smile and show you care. And for Facebook, we have a few. Let's see. Maria says, great video. It's so true. If you're beautiful from the inside, you see this beauty from outside, no matter how you look. Compassion, good attitude to others, always trying to help them with smile. That's what makes people beautiful. And then Kathy said, engage, care, and give equals true beauty. And it's effortless. Just be kind. And let me see, there's others, but I can't get to them. I don't know why. Well, I don't know why I can't scroll down on that, but I'll keep trying. But that's what we have so far.
Okay. Well, we're going a little bit over time, but let's go to our second question. It's it's going to be a little similar to the first one. How can we look great from the inside out? How can we look great from the inside out? And we're going to start with Carl.
Yeah, in the video, she was talking about being motherly towards others. And I was thinking about, if a mother was sitting there feeding her child and not paying attention to the child, like, with the spoon, just like watching TV and feeding the child like this, there'd the child wouldn't feel warmth, wouldn't feel loved, wouldn't feel, but the mother's there talking to the baby, looking at the baby in the face. Here, eat. Oh, you dropped a little bit, wipes the side of the mouth, really taking care. So if I can do this with people, if I can look at them in the eye and be with them rather than on my phone or somewhere else when I'm with them, really be with them.
Great, excellent. Nina, how can we look great from the inside out?
Like others have said, I think it shines through. I think that if you have an encounter with someone, like Linda was saying, and you're smiling and you're acting like you care, that person will find you so much more beautiful and attractive. Whereas, someone could be like aesthetically beautiful, but acting very rude and nasty, and you won't find them appealing at all. So just portraying this care for another person.
All right, beautiful. Susie.
I'm still sticking with the authenticity. If I've just finished a book for the third time. It's called Shadows Before Dawn, and the whole thing is learning how to love yourself. It's by Teal Swan, and it takes an effort. And if I'm being integral with myself, I want to love others, and that comes out. The beauty comes out because I'm working at being authentic with myself.
Beautiful, great. Natalia.
Okay, I think the next book will be called How to Love Others. So after we learn how to love ourselves, we start learning how to love others, right? So that is a key. And if a person sincere, I think, if I'm sincere, I think if person sincere, the person looks good for me, and the person is true to his feelings, and if person has beautiful whatever thoughts, this person looks beautiful to me. So I guess I should do the same thing to look beautiful. So and smile and have a good sense of humor. I value good sense of humor in people.
Yeah, I hope everybody here is feeling compassion and warmth, because that's what we're really working at here. Christina, how about you?
I think if you feel good inside and you feel happy and you just feel that love and goodness on the inside, you're just gonna give it to other people. They're just gonna feel it from you, I think.
Very true. Dan.
Yeah, the lady I was talking about earlier, the woman had no fear whatsoever, like nothing. There was no fear. And, after talking with my friend, her husband, she's since passed away, but she didn't have any self-concern. She was always, I kid you not, this woman was always concerned with everything external to her. And I just realized that's why she's not scared of anything. She's never worried about anything. She's always worried about others.
It's a great key. Paula.
I think if you're genuine and have good intentions, that's the most beautiful thing in the world.
Yeah, intentions are very important, and also I mentioned this earlier with the previous question. I think it's a matter of being more concerned about others than yourself. I think that really, that's a hard thing to do, is to get to that point to where you can value others above yourself. And I think that's how you generate, that's how you look great from the inside out. Ilana.
I think person should be nice and kind and not cold, when treating others. So then I think it makes it more beautiful.
It's true. Roberta.
Well, I could add that, it's funny. This is in the past. I've known this, and many people say it. You could meet somebody you just met and you say, well, they're okay looking, or geez, they're not that great looking. You get to know the person, or maybe you fall in love with them, let's say. That person becomes so good looking. Now, they didn't change. They're the same person, but because you got to know somebody and you became friends. And it's amazing how that is so true. And I'm not talking beer goggles or something. I'm actually talking, you get to know the person. They actually radiate a different face and a different everything. So to look great inside out is really exude what you want to see in others. So if you want to see someone look good, let's say, or myself look good, be kind, be loving, and they'll see that by you doing it. It's a lot of work, but you start working on it every day, things will start changing.
Yeah, that's a great, that would have been another great question. How can you make others look beautiful? By making them feel better about themselves. I think that would have been a great question. Elisa.
Can't thank you enough for this additional question, because that is exactly what I wanted to talk about, how you can make everyone around look beautiful. I was in a store recently, a lot of people, long line, and of course, everyone is impatient. Everyone wants to go faster, and everything disturbs you. There was one lady who was working in the store, and she was working. She's doing simple things, putting on a shelf, making arrangements. So she was singing. She was working and singing loud in the store with a lot of disappointed or rushing people. And as soon as she was approaching you or nearby, everything got changed. Everyone got all of a sudden just smiles on their face. That's how you can make everyone beautiful. And if somebody would meet her eyes and smile at her, she would just explode, just start singing even louder. That was so beautiful.
That's a great story. I love that. We're going to wind it up here with Linda. You put in your comments, and then if we have anything else from Facebook.
Yeah, I agree with Lisa. A smile can make you look great right from the start. Smile and kindness will show beauty from the inside out. And on Facebook, Maria says, love and kindness always radiate beauty from the inside out. And that's it.
All right, we're going to turn it back over to Roberta for our little calisthenics now.
Well, maybe, I was just thinking, friends that don't have their cameras on, maybe they would like to add something. I know maybe they're not capable of putting their cameras on, but if anybody would like to add, we still have a minute or two, Gary.
Okay, yeah. Ferial, Vish, is there anything that you wanted to add? You can actually do it without your camera on, and that'll be fine.
I guess not.
Maybe I'll pass on this time. Yeah.
Okay.
So, thank you. But I'm listening. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, it's great to have you here. Thank you for being here.
Okay.
Are we ready to move on then?
We are ready to move on now. So now we're going to do something fun. I'm going to roll up my sleeves for this. We're going to do our traditional open diner chair dance. It's a lot of fun. Do not knock it till you try it. The way it works is kind of like follow the leader, meaning that we have fun to the music and one person at a time is going to be displayed on the screen. When you come up on the screen, do a dance move, something with your arms is okay, any kind of move, and everybody will follow your move. When others are displayed on the screen, you follow their moves. When it's your turn, a text box comes up on the screen. It's just telling you that you're being spotlighted. Ignore it, otherwise you're going to miss your turn. So don't read that. Let's get loose. Let's have some fun. Like I said, follow the lead. It's very easy. This is a great way to connect with each other and lift our spirits. So let's see that beauty inside come out with dance moves. Hopefully some different ones this week.
Lost in a sea of empty pleasure, then racing after plastic treasure. Now something's calling through the pieces of the heart. There's something more, there's something better. And the light's gonna shine through darkness, and the heart's gonna beat as one. We rise higher, 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 higher. Forever trying to find a reason, what to hold on to and believe in. Open the heart and find a space to come to life. We close our eyes and start breathing, and the light's gonna shine through darkness, and the heart's gonna beat as one. We rise higher, 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 higher. Behind the ticking clocks, somewhere beyond our box, to feel your love and rise above with each and every part, somewhere above the borders of the heart. Together reaching one desire, so many sparks into a fire. In every moment there's a light to guide us home. We're rising up, we're rising higher, and the light's gonna shine through darkness, and the heart's gonna beat as one. We rise higher, 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 and the light's gonna shine through darkness, and the heart's gonna beat as one. We rise higher, 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 higher.
Wonderful. All right, we got some movement around now. Now we're awake. We're ready for another show, another hour-long part of it, no? I'll hand it back to Gary. Great job, everybody.
Beautiful. All right, we're going to wrap this up by doing something that we like to make everybody feel good at the end of the show. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little, it's kind of a compliment game, but it's a little different. We're going to compliment another participant on something beautiful about them. It can be, it doesn't have to be physical, but something you felt from them, maybe during the discussion, or just something that you felt from them, something beautiful. So we're going to start off. I will compliment somebody, and then that person picks somebody, and then that person picks somebody. So let me see. Let me start with, I'll start with Nina. I know she hasn't been feeling good, but she really works hard at getting this done. And It really comes through.
Thank you, Gary. That was very sweet. I feel you. Well, the person that goes first never gets picked, I realized. So I'm gonna compliment Gary back. Well, no, I can't, right? Because then you have to compliment someone else. Okay, I'm complimenting you on the inside, Gary. But I would like to compliment Roberta, because Roberta has one of those infectious personalities with a great sense of humor. I don't know, Roberta, do you really have to work at it? Like everything we discussed today, making these efforts to be kind. I think you're like that naturally. And it comes through. So that's amazing. You're my example.
Thank you so much, Nina. Well, I pick all of you. You guys all said such great things. But something that stood out was what Susie said. And I know I also said it when we were doing the question. You're very inspiring, and all the things you say is really from your heart. Everybody speaks from their heart. But tonight, Susie, you really shared with us, and I could feel it, what you did. And the compliment was you're just very inspiring, and you seem very happy. You look like you're in like a fairy tale over there with the thing in the head and the background. Well, it exudes from your background to your heart to us. So I just wanted to thank you for being here.
You make me cry. Of course, that makes you prettier after you cry. Jane Fonda said, if crying's so good, why does it make you look like shit? You know? Well, I would compliment Gary because he's a music genius, and he saved my life a couple of times that he doesn't know about, but he's been picked. I think I would like to, oh my, and Roberta, I always wanted a friend that had your accent. So I'm way in the West, and I said, oh, Roberta's it, you know, but let me pick Dan. Well, Carl, both Dan and okay, Dan, you make me feel very safe, and I don't know, you open things up. I think it was you that asked me to play music. I almost played music tonight. I will next week, but you just make me feel so welcome. Thank you, and thank you, Roberta. You made me cry.
Thanks, Susie. Who should I pick? I'm gonna pick Elena. Elena, I don't know where you're from. I don't know where your accent's from, but
I'm from the same country that Alyssa is, from Ukraine.
Ah, okay.
But I've been here a very long time. Yeah.
So yeah, tough on the outside and beautiful on the inside. I loved what you said. You bring wisdom. You know how life works, right? And you're very, very intelligent as well, I can tell. And
thank you very much. I would like to say good things about Alyssa. I like the story she tells, you know, and today she told the story that made me feel good, you know, about women singing in a store, because I actually also was in a store and everybody was irritated and nervous, and, you know, I thought it's a good thing to sing a song, you know, that that story that she said. And when she talks, she is very warm, and she is not cold. She talks with emotions. So I like that. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ilana. We have a lot of similarities. Our accent and demeanor, you know, a lot the same, well, upbringing, I guess. You know, I would like to compliment Christina, who just entered the space, opened her camera, opened her, you know, heart, and it was, you know, when I joined Zoom meetings where I don't know anyone, it is sort of very, very like, you know, uncomfortable position you're in. And I just totally sympathize with you know, maybe initial feelings, but I hope you feel, you know, welcome, and thank you for being here.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. That's very nice of you to say. And I feel your heart, and that is a beautiful thing from the inside out to say. That's wonderful. So I compliment you, but I think I'm supposed to compliment someone else. So let's see. I don't, like she said, I don't know you all very well. You all are seem very nice. So overall complimented the group. Someone that I don't think we see the comment, Natalia, is that how you say in Chicago? You were smiling throughout, and I love when people smile. It just emanates warmth and goodness, and I really like that about you. So that's what I like to say.
Thank you, Christina. I also congratulate you for coming today, being new member of our group. And I have to compliment someone else, and I would like to say compliment to everybody. Linda, were you already complimented? No, Linda is a nurse. She's nursing everybody. She's like a mother and like a friend and like a sister. She's very good here. So we feel back up when she's here. Thank you, Linda. Nice to see you here.
Thank you, Natalia. I'm trying to figure out who hasn't been called yet either.
Carl.
Carl. Okay, Carl. I'm complimenting Carl because he's in Florida, and I so much miss Florida, but but he's a good guy, and he's always there for anybody who needs him. And you can see how he was nice to the little old lady downstairs.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you. Mwah. Big kiss. Paula, you really, like, we've been talking about smiles, and your smile each show is just getting warmer and warmer. I'm not going to say bigger. It's just, I can tell this is influencing you so much, and you're becoming such a beautiful, warm person. And you really listen. I notice how much you listen. And, you know, when you talked about that friend of yours, you know, who was pushing the car, you notice these things about people. And I think that's really a great thing to have. Thank you, Paula.
Thank you, Carl. Is there anybody left? I don't think so, right? In that case, I want to compliment everybody on your huge hearts and your wonderful souls. You guys are great people, and you bring the open diner to everybody's home every Thursday, and we all appreciate it more than words can say.
All right, we're going to hand it back over to Roberta, I think, here, right?
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna put some slides up where you can follow us. And you can follow us on Facebook, Meetup, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Click like, subscribe. More importantly, share with your friends. Bring your friends here. You know, on YouTube and Facebook, you can watch all our past events. And Gary, tell them a little bit more about us.
Yeah, we meet every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we will be meeting again. Oh, I wanted to ask one thing. Christina, where are you from?
I live in Boston, Mass.
Oh, cool. Very cool. So come back again next week. Next week, our event will be called No Man is an Island. No Man is an Island. You can RSVP on Meetup and Facebook. And you can check for all our upcoming events there. And thank you to the team who put this together. Nina, who's been not feeling well all week, but she's like a trooper. She still puts this all together and keeps us all in line. The host, content team, tech team, everybody is, and especially everybody who visits with us, all of our participants every week. We wouldn't be able to do it without you, and we hope that you found this to be a warm and friendly environment, safe. It's a safe environment. So we'll see you all next week, and spread the word, and bring your friends too. Spread the word.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Have a good week.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye,
See you
Carrie.
next Thursday.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.